As the drought in the Horn of Africa worsened, Humanity First arranged its second aid convoy in mid-September 2011 north of Wajir to take over 30 tons of aid to 10,000 people in rural villages surrounding Wagadud, not far from the Somali and Ethiopian borders. Aid packs consisted of 2 kilos of rice, 1 kilo of wheat flour, half a kilo of cooking fat, 50 grams of salt and a kilo of beans. Also, a number of family packs consisted of hygiene items such as soap, medication and cream, and also items for children including colouring books and pens, toys, high-energy biscuits and drinks.
You come down now.
A team of 30 volunteers in Nairobi packed the items and then loaded them onto 2 trucks which headed off in advance. The volunteer team of 22 set off a few hours later on the 2-day journey to Wagadud. It took 8 hours to Garissa, where we picked up our media team and security escort, and from there the roads became more like sand dunes and very bumpy. It took a further 8 hours to Wajir in worsening conditions. In Wajir, we stopped overnight in local hostels and then headed off early on the 3-hour trek to Wagadud, where we were met by the village chief. We set up the distribution centre in a local building. The police officer describes local conditions.
Area we have severe drought. People have come from other various areas to come and resettle in this place because of lack of pasture for their animals and lack of water.
Vouchers had been handed out in advance, and as news spread that we had arrived, villagers started turning up in their hundreds. Most were women, as the men had taken their livestock for grazing elsewhere. In general, the villagers were very well behaved despite the heat. On the route, we had seen many dead animals, as the police officer confirms.
So far I can't really tell the exact figure, but we really lost a lot of livestock. You find that those people who have camels migrated to Eastern Province, Upper Eastern, and only those who had goats were found around this area. But since almost all the livestock were lost, you find that currently there is no livestock in this area.
Our cameraman, Andrew, followed one of the women from her home as she prepared the children, got ready and then headed for the aid distribution centre with her voucher. She joined the throng and eventually the queue that was forming. The Humanity First team worked for hours separating aid packs from the store and then handing them out one at a time to the villagers. Meanwhile, Daldi managed crowd control with a sense of humour. The day grew hotter, but the people from 4 surrounding villages continued to pour in and form neat lines. Even the empty boxes were in demand as flooring or shelter. Our local chairman describes the Humanity First distribution style.
So we wanted to do it ourselves to make sure that the people do get it. It gets right to the people who need it. And this is in response to the government initiative of Kenyans for Kenyan. And so we do not like to see any food being wasted or being given away to the wrong parties. We have had great response from the local area, the DO, the local chief. They have been very helpful. They have managed to get the vouchers distributed. And yes, it looks fine. I think it's going on very well.
As school broke up, the children arrived excitedly to receive their gift packs.
Line.
The team also distributed several hundred water bottles. Before leaving, the chief showed us around the local primary school, which needed a roof and proper benches and desks, and we promised to help with these within 2 weeks. Finally, we began the 20-hour journey back to Nairobi via first Wajir and then Garissa. An epic trip through which we were able to help thousands and also built long-term relationships in the region.